Hello and welcome to the Teenz Global Show. I am Ijoma TGF and I'm the amazing host for today. Now, communication between parents and teenagers is on our Teens Time series today. Right next will be English Sense, Academics Today, Young Leaders, Sports, Voters Box, and our favorite Global Opportunities segments. Now, remember to follow us on our social media handles at Teenz Global. You can also follow me at Ijoma TGF. All right, so it's time for Teens Time. Let's see what the teenagers have to say.
Parenting is one of the most challenging yet meaningful life tasks, but popular wisdom and misconceptions about how to raise responsible teenagers can lead to ineffective communication and power struggles.
I think parents don't have time for their children, and children or teenagers nowadays aren't bothered about their parents, they don't care, because they have turned to other things for comfort or for acceptance, friends, social networks, other things. So now I think there's a very bad relationship between parents and their teenagers.
Some parents use authoritarian parenting strategies that do not allow the teenager to have an independent voice.
I think every teenager should have the chance and the opportunity to have an open relationship with their parents, to tell them what's going on in their life at every time, and parents should be open to advising their children about every single problem that teenagers will surely have when they're growing up.
Parents think we're in that age where in my time we didn't have this. They keep forgetting we're in 2014, we're not in 1970 where best car was a vehicle, people didn't have phones. But they should realize that technology is going further, and as technology goes further, learning also goes further. And that's what they don't seem to understand.
The problem I think teenagers have with their parents is that they feel their parents don't understand them. They feel they are misunderstood, they're not being treated as adults. Teenagers want to be treated as adults.
To be quite frank, being strict, that's just the main problem with parents. Some parents are really, really strict that they don't really give kids or their children freedom to do some things they need to do.
Other parents use permissive parenting strategies that doesn't teach teenagers about limits and self-control.
They have this carefree attitude whereby they don't care for their teenagers. Like, they can take care of themselves, even employ nannies or just tell them to go and stay with their friends, which can be really bad because some of them might have bad company and they can stay with the people and the bad company and learn other bad stuff and engage in bad things.
They should learn to obey their parents, their instructions that were given to them by their parents, guidance, teachers, principals, and everyone in authority.
Because honestly, if every parent should be interested in their teenager, should ask their teenager, how was school today, or tell me about your classmates, tell me about your friends, tell me about what you like, then there will be a very good relationship between teenagers and their parents. Teenagers wouldn't ever want to hide anything from that parent. They would tell them about their problems, they would tell them about the good things that happen to them, the bad things that happen to them, and it will make that teenager a better person.
When parents know how to talk with their teenagers, simply, that's just all. As in making sure that whatever problem the teenager is facing, the teenager will be able to talk to their parents and being scared of what their parents do or what their parents say or how their parents will react to their problem.
Teenagers should open up to their parents, and then parents should be open to whatever their kids have to say to them at every time, and then they should be able to advise them, because everybody has gone through the teenage life.
They should try and ask the children. They should have this kind of open dialogue with their children. They should make it look like my child doesn't know, I know better. They should try and be open and be modern.
Well, I think it's important that the relationship between a child and a mother is strong, especially because they have very limited time, believe it or not, to actually be with you as a child. These days, children grow up very fast, and you do need to build a strong relationship with your child before they go on to be their own parents.
For me, it's going to be more of friendship relationship. We were all once teenagers. And we know it was a time of development, switching from one level to the other, and a time of trying to gain independence, exercise independence, try to show I can help myself. And a child will always be a child to the parent. It does not matter how old that child is. The rest of the world may see you as an adult, but your parents still see you as a child.
Teenagers who have respectful and consistent parents learn to communicate more effectively, feel better about themselves, and are able to have more loving relationships as they become adults.
Certainly, especially because you focus on teens. By the time they reach their puberty phase, there's a lot of hormonal change that goes on, a lot of mood swings, and then they get to be more self-confident, self-conscious, more assertive about what they want, which may be very different from what you want.
Struggle of independence, The teenager wants to be independent. Look, I'm grown. Do you know I'm 18? Do you know I'm 17? I'm 16? And the parent like, hey, do you know how many years ago I passed through that?
It starts from the foundations. If you've not had a good relationship with your child from a very young age, if you haven't encouraged your child to talk to you about their daily experiences, about their friends, about their relationships, by the time they get to that teen age, you may find that they would block you out of their lives. And once they block you out, it's very hard to fit back in. It's amazing that sometimes a parent relationship could be strained just because they haven't developed it from a very young age. So it's important that from a very young age you talk to your child. I'll even say talk with your child rather than talk to your child, because when you're talking with your child, it's a two-way communication. So if you're always talking to your child, you don't get to sense what they think, how they think, and how differently you may be thinking, even though they're your children.
Know when and where to draw the line. Okay. Realize that this child is an individual, has his personality, has his own mind. It's just like the mind is still developing. Okay? And for the teenager, know that your parent is doing this one out of commitment. You are committed. He is committed to protecting you. God made him a guard and a guide over you. So he's fulfilling God's assignment. And for the parent, know that this child will not always, in fact, if your child does not begin to be independent, exercise authority, ask questions, you should know that something is wrong. Okay, all you need to do is to guide, but not to dictate.
Research shows both extremes can interfere with teens' ability to regulate emotions and form healthy relationships as adults.
My name is Shana.
My name is Amy Benjamin.
My name is King David.
My name is Fatima Muralaki.
My name is Valerie Vishnu, and you're watching.
Teenz Global Show. And you're watching Teenz Global Show. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Don't touch that dial.
I'm watching you. Subscribe.
Don't touch the dial.
Thank you.
My name is Mrs. Oyinloye Astrop.
My name is Olare Abiodun Razak.
Okay. Communication between teens and their parents is very essential. Raising a teenager is hard, and being a teenager is also hard. So effective communication is required for mutual understanding between both parties.
It's dialoguing, I think the first thing to do is to be friends with your children. Do you get, this way is a means of actually know what has happened to them. Do you get, and I think there are things you should teach them early. Maybe our parent thought it's not a good thing to talk about, but I grew up to find out those things are what you should let your children know early. Because somehow it's intuition. They do those things behind us. So we have to dialogue with them, ask them questions. Who taught you anyhow for the ladies, who taught you for the boys, who beat you, who took you to somewhere, who taught you what Do you understand? So be friend. Don't let them be afraid of you. So they'll be able to tell you more things. Then you know where to actually, talk about.
So as a parent, you listen, you observe, then you give your own advice, you respond. But when you're responding, you give examples. You lace it up with examples so that they can relate with it.
Beating is actually not the thing. But the more you beat the kids, they'll be afraid to come to you and tell you what is actually going on.
Yes. A lot of decisions parents made, that they made the right decision for the children, but the children might not really understand why you are doing that. They may think you are too, my mommy is not of this modern age and all sorts, but you are taking the right step by guiding them. But you should also sit them down, talk to them, make them understand why you are making such decision.
Exactly the point. Because they thought the parents thought they are exposing them, like asking them some certain questions, like sex education, for example. Do you get? Nobody teach any or taught any kids to how to lie. So there are some things that was passed over to the gene to the kids. So the earlier we start addressing those stuff, the better. I think right in the primary school we should start teaching them about sex education and asking them more questions. But before we can do that, we should make them our friend first. Like, even for what doesn't matter, when kids are coming to you asking questions, you have to give them listening ear. Don't be the nagging type that you shout on them, because of the more you shout on them, the less they will be bringing matters to you. Do you get? So be their friend first. Let them feel comfortable. Ask you any question, be a male child or a female child.
There was once I was telling my mom that, Mommy, I have a party. I was so excited about the party. And I was telling her, Mommy, I'm going for a party tomorrow. It's 6 o'clock till 8 something. I was just saying it around the house and she didn't answer me. And on the day, I was about to go and I said, Mommy, I'm going to the party. She said, I'm not going. She said she's not going. I was like, Mom, you're not invited. I'm the one going for the party. But she said she's not going. I was like, it's me. I'm the one going. She said, if I'm not going, that means you're not going. So I was just like, oh, Mom, what is this? And I was so sad. But later on, she called me. She talked to me that it's no good for me to attend such party and everything like that. Then I understood that. But initially, I was so I felt so bad. To parents, I would say you're once a teenager. So that means you are training a younger version of you. And for teenager, I will say to them that you're going to be a parent someday.
Overprotective, on the other hand, is also not a good thing, because overprotective can actually hinder the talent in the kids or not enable them to even discover it at all. Do you get? Because overprotective can actually be, you don't want them to go out. If you have an athlete among your children, there's no way that one can come indoor. It cannot show up indoor. If you have a musician among them, if you have a footballer among them and you are locking them up in the house, it's actually not a good idea. You can be protective but not overprotective.
I advise parents not to be overprotective, because you need to sit your children down, understand them, and give them free. Let them be free, because if you are too overprotective, you won't get some facts from them. So you let them be free, let them be able to talk to you. It's not good for parents to be too overprotective. Parents can manage their relationship with their children by getting closer to them. Don't allow other people to take your place in your children's life.
My advice for the parent first is they should let go of the whole mentality. Let go of all the the old mentality they actually have in their head. You know, all these things are actually not helping. Do you get? Because okay, while I was growing up, if you see any child behaving the way Whiskey and Davido started, you know, it's actually a spoiled child. Do you get? And it's a bad child. And now see where they've grown up to now. My advice to parents is they should not be overprotective. They should let their children mingle. They should be friends with their children, at least for them to allow them to come with whatever happened in the school. If they didn't even tell you, you should be the one to ask. So be friends to your children and advise them accordingly.
My name is Shana.
My name is Amy Benjamin.
My name is King Daisy.
My name is Fatima Muralake.
My name is Valerie Vishne, and you're watching.
Teenz Global Show. Now you're watching Teenz Global Show. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Don't touch that dial.
I'm watching you. Subscribe.
Don't touch the dial.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Wow, so I know we've learned so much. All right, so don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't, you can do that right now. Pick up your mobile device and follow us on our YouTube channel at Teenz Global. Teenz Global Show is a program for teenagers and young adults that's focused on various contemporary issues such as life skills development, leadership, entrepreneurship, career, academics, personal and professional growth. We also feature young leaders and their impact. We provide educational resource content. We talk about voters' rights and responsibilities, as well as informing you about global opportunities. And talking about global opportunities, let's find out our top global opportunities for this week. There are top global opportunities for the week. We're bringing you courses that you can take from different universities across the world. They're free of charge. Starting with social change, how can marketing help course? Offered by Griffith University. To register and take this course is on the screen. Right next is the power of podcasting for storytelling course. Offered by the University of Wollongong. The link to apply and register for this course is on the screen. It's actually brought to you on the FutureLearn platform. Right next is Introduction to Psychology, the History and Science of Psychology course offered by the Monash University. You can see the link to register for this course on the screen. Next is How to Create a Social Media Marketing Campaign course offered by the University of Leeds. Please apply for this course. It's very, very important for us to learn more about social media marketing campaign. Right next is Digital Skills Artificial Intelligence course offered by Accenture. And finally, Supporting Adolescent Learners Social and Emotional Wellbeing course, which is offered by the Griffith University. Take advantage of these courses. They are free of charge. And don't forget, you can reach out to us for guides or more details on these global opportunities. Remember to follow us on all social media handles at Teenz Global for participation, sponsorships, and advert placement. Reach out to us with the details on your screen. This is the much we have on global opportunities. Hello and welcome to the Teenz Global Show.
It's exciting, educating, informative, entertaining. It's the Teenz Global Show.
Every citizen is supposed to understand the aspect of the constitution so that you'll be able to know when your rights are being trampled upon.
Nigerian practice of written constitution known as the Unit was written in 1999.
With a global focus on young people's development, showcasing Teenz Time series, Young Leaders Spot, English Sense, Academics Today, Voters Box, and Global Opportunities.
Education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world.
Most people are not informed. Through this program, information is...
Entrepreneur is someone who takes up challenge of owning a business in order to make profit.
Here we go. You have this key. You have built up yourself to be an entrepreneur.
It's a must-watch for schools, homes, communities, companies, organizations, and all stakeholders. Follow us on social media at Teenz Global.
Alright, so this is the much we can take for this week, but next week promises to be much more interesting. You can follow us on our pages to get more tips on how to apply for these opportunities. One more thing, we'd like to feature you on our show, so contact us for your schools, your business, your events, your works. Contact us for participation, sponsorship, and advert placement. I am Ijoma TGF. See you same time, same station next week. Bye for now.